Welcome back. We begin this segment with news that Christopher Linton, the alleged reputed leader of the Dog Paw gang, had his 2013 conviction overturned in the Court of Appeal today. Linton was convicted along with his co-accused Micah Allen and sentenced to 15 years. Our reporter, Giovanni Dennis, was outside the Horizon Adult Remand Center when Linton walked out to a waiting entourage.
5:05 p.m. Wednesday, April 14. One of three waiting vehicles for Christopher Dog Paw Linton. A relative collects personal belongings and discusses traveling arrangements with the reputed gang leader. His entourage moved quickly, shutting down the possibility of an interview. How you feel about being free?
Freedom is a must. I'm just grateful for that. Tomorrow.
Dog Paw gained notoriety when he became Jamaica's most wanted between 2010 and 2011 before he was arrested. He was convicted along with his co-accused Micah Allen in 2013 for shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm. Prosecutors argued the men shot at police in April 2010 in St. Andrew. Patrick Peterkin represented Micah Allen at the appeal hearing.
Two police officers stated that they were driving through Tavern Drive sometime after 9 in the night. They indicated that when they reached at a section of that road, they were shot at by two men in a group of four who ran down a lane after firing shots at them. And the police said that they also, one of the police officers fired back at them. Amongst the group, they said that they identified Linton as one of the men, and Micah Allen went on an ID parade, and he was pointed out as being one of the men.
They were each sentenced to 15 years in prison for illegal possession of firearm and 15 years for shooting with intent. The defense team's argument hinged on how the men were identified, insisting the evidence was unreliable. The appeal court sided with them.
You're talking about after 9 in the night to deal with the issue of time as to whether or
time
not
that they observed the men.
And you're also talking about the issue of being shot at, and police also have to basically be taking certain evasive action in that moment. And then the question will arise in all the circumstances whether or not a safe identification, safe meaning for the courts, can take place in circumstances like that.
When our news team contacted Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn, she said she had no comment on the ruling. The response was the same when we contacted the JCF. Giovanni Dennis, TVJ News.